Okay, last part of chapter 3 drills. And this is doing the most important part, showing a bank deposit has been done. So we're going to finally deposit money in the bank from that undeposited funds account. Now, we're going to end up transferring. This is what bank deposit does. It's going to transfer from undeposited funds in QuickBooks to your checking account. Okay. So, once this happens, this actually shows that your money is now available for use. Before, it didn't do that. So, let's go ahead and create a bank deposit. So you already know the drill. We're probably going to go right to new. Okay. Notice this. Bank deposit's not over here with customers. Instead, it's in your other list. So we're going to click on bank deposit. Okay. From here, we need to go ahead and we're going to put the date of January 15th. 2021, so there's 15, and notice that it is going to be populated with actually only 2 payments. And yes, I know the dates are way advanced than what they should be, but we're going to go ahead and go with it because again, it goes current on the test drive, and guessing that's supposed to be like a month behind when we actually have this ish, but it's okay because it doesn't stop how we actually going to do this. So what we're going to end up doing is that we're going to take both of these deposits and we're going to actually put it in. So make sure it's on checking. Yes. Always be careful because you do have other bank accounts. So always make sure it's going to the right account. Companies always have multiple checking accounts, but for our sake, it's only one in this company. I dealt with a company that had like about 10 different checking accounts. That was kind of a headache to keep up with deposits. But we want to go ahead and make sure our deposits are checked, our payments. So we're going to go ahead and deposit both Cool Cars and Freeman Sporting Goods. 0969. Okay, so for a total of 2,062. Now they also want us to show that the payment method was by check for both of these. So again, we do want to put how we received the money. What payment method did they do? We need to put a memo in. We can put the memo. We can even still put reference numbers if we want to. But we're not going to do that. Okay. So for this, after we've identified which payments are being deposited, all we have to do is save and close because those were our deposits. So now, as you can see, the balance in checking increased. So I went from 1201 to now 3,263.52. Now, something happened. We found out that there was an error on an invoice after we made a bank deposit. Oh no! We've got an error! Reggie, we've got an error! Well, let's fix it, okay? Now this could happen. And we may actually have to fix it from time to time. So, how we do this? We need to go find our search icon. There's our search. Yay! And on that one, we can actually click on the deposit in question. Apparently it's this one, because it's the only deposit we've done. Of course it's that one. And we found out that it is the Freeman Sporting Goods. So with this one, we're going to need to uncheck this one off because it needs to be pulled off the deposit. Okay? Because you cannot edit anything if it's still on deposit. It's an error that usually happens. So save and close. There we go. And for that, we need to now go to our sales, customers, and it looks like we need to find our Freeman. And since they have two, you gotta make sure we get the right one, and this was on the Ocean View. Okay. And we're gonna find that invoice 1031. Oh look, there it is. Oh, look at the puppy. Okay, so here's our invoice going on, and we need to go ahead and change the weekly gardening service to a quantity of 2. Apparently it was at 3, so it should be 2. So we change that. We're going to go ahead and save that lovely invoice. And yes, it's going to tell you that things have been modified. Now, right now, it does say we applied the existing credit of $357 to this invoice. Okay, we're going to hit OK. So we corrected the invoice. We can actually click on that one in the blue one payment and actually see when it was paid. Technically it should have been a little bit earlier, but that's just the program right now. Don't worry about it. Okay. So if we want to, we can click the date and we'll actually go to receive payment. Here I can actually fix the date, need to be. So we actually see the 357 has now changed with invoice 1031. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. Okay, so all we need to do now is save and close. There it goes. We can go back to new, bank deposit, and we now have corrected it. So now we can actually deposit the amount. So save and close, and there's our bank deposit. So instead of 1, we now have 2. But that does happen. Again, you cannot fix an invoice that's being deposited. You have to remove it from the bank deposit first. Okay, sales receipts are corrected the same way, except that you delete the deposit amount, correct the sales receipt, and make a deposit for the new account. So that's actually it. There's nothing more to chapter 3 than basically the sections of do that you need to do and your reports for the trial balance and other reports that the book requires. But that actually completes chapter 3. So again, if you have any questions regarding any of the items that we've gone over through this whole little series of chapter 3, please let me know and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, so I will see you for the next chapter. Good old chapter 4.